Right now, a Wisconsin Republican praised by former President Trump is running for governor, while he was recently disciplined by his own party. Also, the Department of Homeland Security warns a trucker protest similar to one that's caused massive disruptions in Canada could be headed to D.C. What the White House is saying about the ripple effect of that type of protest. This is News 3 Now at noon. Good afternoon. I'm Mark Kane. Thanks for joining us on this Thursday. Let's head over to the Weather Center. Austin has a look at your first warn forecast. A couple of flakes flying this morning.
Yeah, a couple of flakes flying this morning, and I do think we're going to see quite a few more flying here later on into the evening and early nighttime hours. But over the next few hours, especially while the sun is out, we should be pretty good to go. And temperatures really not that bad at 25 degrees with a west-northwesterly breeze of around 6. It does feel like it's in those middle to upper teens, but still, it's really not that bad outside. Taking a peek at our Doppler track, those are the few flurries and lighter snow showers that we saw, generally even to the east and northeast of the Madison area. But even here in Dane County, we did end up seeing a few of those flurries, but more snowfall is on the way. That's a look at that next system that is slowly making its way towards us. And again, right after the sun sets, that's whenever we are expecting some of that snowfall to make its way through. Current temperatures feeling pretty good. So if you are about to head outside right now, these next few hours while the sun is still up, a good time to get some errands done. Get outside, enjoy the great outdoors. Later on tonight, especially right whenever that sun goes down, we're going to see mostly cloudy skies. The light snow is going to move through. A low of only 25 degrees for tonight. That's the current temperature right now. So these temps are actually going to rise overnight tonight. But make sure you stay tuned because I'm going to have all of the details on how much snow we're expecting, when to expect that, and of course, a look at your extended forecast a little bit later on. All
right, we'll see you in a few minutes. Austin, thank you. A state lawmaker praised by former President Trump is now running for governor. State Representative Timothy Rantham is a conspiracy theorist who was also disciplined last month by Republican leadership over false election claims. Filed the necessary paperwork with the state today. Rantham has called on the legislature to rescind Wisconsin's 10 electoral votes that were awarded to President Biden, a move that Republican leaders and nonpartisan attorneys for the legislature have repeatedly said is illegal. He plans an event Saturday to officially launch his campaign. Meanwhile, there could be a Justice Department investigation into the former president's handling of documents when he left office. The New York Times reports workers from the National Archives found possibly classified information in boxes recovered from the Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida. In a statement, the former president says he's had, quote, collaborative and respectful discussions with the National Archives. And just because it's been referred to the Justice Department doesn't mean there's going to actually be a criminal investigation or prosecution. The Senate appears likely to pass one of the largest workplace reforms in decades. The Ending Forced Arbitration of Sexual Assault and Sexual Harassment Act does exactly what it says. It forbids employers from forcing workers with sexual misconduct claims into arbitration. Instead, the measure permits them to file lawsuits. The bill passed the House with a sweeping bipartisan majority earlier in the week. It's also expected to pass the Senate. Super Bowl Sunday could turn into a super crush of semis as the truckers' protest over COVID vaccine mandates in Canada may soon be rolling into Los Angeles. The Department of Homeland Security says it received reports that the truckers could potentially begin in Los Angeles this Sunday and travel cross-country, possibly reaching Washington, D.C. as early as March 1st, the date President Biden delivers the State of the Union address. The White House says it is watching the trucker protest in Canada very closely as they have blockaded a bridge into Detroit, impacting a supply chain already in crisis.
The Ambassador Bridge is Canada's busiest link to the United States and accounts for about 25% of trade between the two countries.
Canada is America's largest trading partner, and the auto industry is a key component of the American economy, accounting for about 3% of the nation's gross domestic product. Washington, D.C. police say they've arrested a 16-year-old boy for making bomb threats at several high schools. One of the threats the suspect is accused of making occurred at Dunbar High School the day after the second gentleman, Doug Emhoff, was there. The teen is facing charges of making terrorist threats. Police have not said if they believe he also made the previous day's threat involving Emhoff. Meanwhile, in Europe, Russia's foreign minister met with his British counterpart this morning and said his country would not accept any Western ultimatum. Today, Russian troops in Belarus, Ukraine's northern border, started large-scale military drills. For the next 10 days, around 30,000 troops will carry out joint drills. The Kremlin has consistently denied it has any plans to invade. Meanwhile, the Pentagon has an evacuation plan for thousands of Americans currently living in Ukraine. If needed, they'd be moved to Poland, where American forces are. And more gold medals for Team USA overnight in Beijing. Winners include figure skater Nathan Chen. After his disappointing 2018 Olympic performance this year, Chen was determined to win gold, skating to Elton John's Rocket Man. He wowed the audience and the judges.
Halfway through the program, the music switches to Rocket Man, and that music is super fun.
He started right after from the 2002 Olympics, and he's just always had that dream that he was going to one day be an Olympic champion.
Ahead of her start. And he is. The U.S. also won gold in freestyle skiing, mixed team aerials, and snowboarder Chloe Kim became the first woman in Olympics history to win 2 half-pipe gold medals, doing so in back-to-back Olympic Games. Members of Madison's Urban Design Commission are voicing concerns over a proposal to demolish 3 buildings on State Street. The demolition would lead to a new 5-story mixed-use development. Property owner J.D. McCormick presented their plan during a meeting with the commission last night. They hope to put up a 2-story restaurant plus 20 studio and 1-bedroom apartments.
Change is really hard. Those old buildings have been there a long time, and we've gotten used to seeing them there, but there's some potential there to bring a lot more activity and a lot more vibrancy on this block.
News 3 Now has talked to a number of small businesses who would be impacted. On Tuesday, our Brad Hamilton spoke with B-Side Records owner Stephen Manley. You can read more about this story on channel3000.com. And today, News 3 Now is partnering with the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund to help keep the heat and power on for our most vulnerable community members. The Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund is a statewide nonprofit that helps people who can't afford to pay their energy bills. From 4 o'clock to 6:30, volunteers will be here ready to take your donations and help our community. Members stay warm through our Wisconsin winters. You can also donate right now by heading to kwwf.org/donate. Tune in this afternoon and evening to help us give the gift of warmth. And there's more to come on News 3 Now at noon.
The latest reading on rising inflation, and college comes at no cost when Dolly Parton is your boss. I'm Diane King-Haw at the CBS Broadcast Center. I'll have those stories and more in your CBS Money Watch report.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon.
At Furniture and Appliance Mart's President's Day sale, save big on top brands. Millions of dollars worth of inventory in stock and ready to go. All with no interest financing for 18 months. No one in Wisconsin has appliance offers like these. Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline and East Springs Drive.
iMart Express is the only place where you can count on same-day service. Thanks to our local labs. Shop our huge selection and get quality glasses at a price you'll love. And see better today. Right glasses, right price, right now.
These days, we're spending more time than ever before at home. Where the perfect pendant can spotlight your newfound skills in the kitchen. Where the right chandelier takes daily dinner from basic to brilliant. And where your decorating choices are all of a sudden illuminated. With Patriot Lighting, your lighting becomes a reflection of your personal style. Modern, sleek, eclectic. Whatever your pleasure, we have hundreds of options to make your home shine a little brighter. Find your style with Patriot Lighting, only at Menards.
It's Steinhoffel's biggest President's Day sale ever. Save 35 to 55% off throughout the entire store. Plus, get great bonus buys like this 5-piece dining set, only $2.99. A rocker recliner, also $2.99. Your choice Beauty Rest full or queen mattress, just $3.99. Or this Chase sofa, now $8.49. A queen storage bed, only $16.89. All this and so much more. It's Steinhoffel's biggest President's Day sale ever. Relax, it's Steinhoffel's.
Winter in Wisconsin means snow, blustering winds, and sub-zero temperatures. Will your insulation keep your home warm? Fry Construction can always help. We're your roofing and insulation pros. We'll find cracks and air pathways in your insulation that are letting in the icy cold and hindering your comfort. With our thermal imaging and our cutting-edge insulation techniques, you'll be sure that your home will be warm and energy efficient for many years to come. Visit fryconstruction.com today and prepare your home for the long winter.
Need a COVID-19 booster, vaccine, or test? Hy-Vee makes it easy. Whether you're getting a booster shot or it's your first COVID-19 vaccine, there's no appointment necessary. Walk-ins are welcome. You can get a vaccine anytime the pharmacy is open. COVID-19 vaccines are free. Plus, you get a 50-cent fuel saver. And if you need to get tested, Hy-Vee has drive-through COVID-19 testing. Your local Hy-Vee pharmacy is here for you.
Get our very best deals of the season, including doorbusters up to 65% off. Plus, take bonus holiday discounts off our sale prices in-store and online. And interest-free financing for 5 years. The biggest President's Day sale in Wisconsin starts now at Ashley.
The cost of living in America shot up in January. The Labor Department says consumer prices rose 0.6% last month, and prices are up 7.5% on an annual basis. That marks the highest level in nearly 40 years. An increase in the cost of food, electricity, and shelter sent inflation soaring. Fewer Americans filed for unemployment benefits last week. According to the Labor Department, first-time filings for weekly jobless claims fell by 16,000 to 223,000. Filings have started to drop again after a surge in January due to the impact of the Omicron variant on the workforce. Profit fizzed up at Coca-Cola. The beverage giant says earnings surged to more than $2.4 billion in the fourth quarter. That was better than expected. The rise came as more people ventured outside, visiting entertainment venues again. And Dolly Parton is rewarding employees who studied 9 to 5. The singer's theme park, Dollywood Parks and Resorts, will cover 100% of tuition, fees, and books for workers pursuing a higher education. The program, called Grow You, covers more than 11,000 people, including full-time, part-time, and seasonal employees of Dollywood's parent company. Parton has managed the amusement park in Tennessee since 1986. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to CBSMoneyWatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Diane King Hall.
Diane, thank you. Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrials down 66, the NASDAQ off 14, the S&P 500 down 25. Well, Disney shareholders may be the happiest investors on earth today. Stock of the company shot up 9% after yesterday's closing bell when it reported close to 130 million Disney Plus subscribers. The jump in subscribers helped the entertainment company double its profits from last year. It made $1.1 billion in the first quarter. Record income from Disney's parks and resorts also contributed to that number. Well, up next at noon, Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report has your latest ag numbers, and stingless bees are becoming a popular pet. Plus, how much snow in the forecast? Austin has the answer when we come back.
Important healthcare announcement. If people tell you your TV is too loud, or if listening in some environments has become difficult, we are requesting your participation in a special program called the 30-Day Challenge. Hearing Life Hearing Centers are seeking people with hearing difficulties to evaluate a new digital mini hearing aid now being released. To take part in this event, you must call. Please get a pencil and write down the number below. All people with hearing aids or hearing difficulties are wanted to take part in the 30-Day Challenge, evaluating a new high-tech device that sits discreetly behind your ear. This hearing aid is Bluetooth enabled and is rechargeable. All hearing assessments are performed at no charge for those taking part in the challenge. Participants will try these hearing aids for 30 days. Call the number below and take the Hearing Life 30-Day Challenge.
Supply chain backlogs, inflation, agitation.
Here's an idea. If we make things here in America, supply chain issues won't be a thing anymore. That's exactly how we built the Bucks Arena, by having 80% of the materials come from Wisconsin. We did the same by paying higher wages. That's how you know, as your senator, I'll get things done. Raising people's wages, make things in America, finally stand up to China. I'm Alex Lazary, and I approve this message because it's time to put more money in the pockets of working people.
Whether you have a design emergency or you just want to shop the best furniture showroom in town, you need Dwellings, Madison's best kept secret for design and furniture. Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
Friday morning, we're talking student loan forgiveness and a call for action follow-up. I'll tell you about a new program that'll pay for your college loans if you make a promise in return.
And we're tracking multiple chances to see some snow in the week ahead. That's tomorrow morning from 4:30 to 7.
Madison is growing,
The stretch here, we've seen about 1,200 new units.
but increasingly in one direction, up.
We'll show you where the city is growing the fastest and what kinds of housing are missing.
News 3 Now investigates Monday at 6. The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Let's check in now with Pam Yaki from the Midwest Farm Report on this Thursday. How are you?
Not bad, not bad. Busy as usual. A lot of folks that are going to be saying that in the next couple of days, especially if that snow starts coming back around. You know, down at the state capitol, they've been pretty busy as well. Just want to make sure that our farmers and agribusiness folks know about a couple key pieces of legislation that have gotten moving. Kevin Krenz, president of the Wisconsin Farm Bureau Federation, drawing attention to our ag exports bill. That got support, and now will add more than $558,000 to an existing $5 million commitment to work on getting our agriculture exports into the world marketplace. Also, funding in place now for 11 additional university extension positions. Some of those are going to be out in the country as research-focused folks in the country, and then there will also be 3 positions staffed on the UW-Madison campus. So that's some good news for extension. Another one we'll be following up on is legislation that's been introduced by Senator Eric Wimberger of Green Bay and Representative Trig Prunchinsky from Mondovi that would put together a scholarship program that would pay up to 50% of tuition costs for commercial driver training programs and also offer reimbursement to some of those employers. So trying to get that transportation sector taken care of as far as our needs, whether it's a school bus or a milk truck. And also on the political side of things, congratulations to Rick Adamski from Seymour. He has stepped in as the new president of the Wisconsin Farmers Union. Darren Von Ruden, farmer from Westby, had been there since 2010. He has stepped back to be vice president while Rick takes the reins. He's from Seymour. Dairy markets today in Chicago pretty quiet. Barrel cheese was unchanged at 185 3/4. 40-pound block cheese unchanged at 190. There goes our butter, up 4.5 cents today, 257 3/4 per pound. One of my neighbors in the office next door to me said he saw a butter story on the national news. Here, you and I have been talking about it forever.
On top of that, that's for sure.
Yep, that's right.
All right, Pam, thank you. See you later. Well, it may sound like an unusual choice for a pet, but bees are becoming a favorite companion to families in Australia. Tina Kraus explains.
A swarm like this would have most people making a beeline for cover. But not these kids.
I love the bees.
Unlike other buzzing insects,
There we go. They don't sting.
these black sugarbag bees native to Australia don't sting.
As soon as they hear the word stingless, they gravitate towards this and they want to find out a little bit more. But what the queen does, she's busy laying eggs and also...
The stingless sugarbag bee is one of the country's biggest pollinators.
Native bees have been a part of this ecosystem for hundreds of thousands of years, and they face a number of threats, notably habitat loss.
Throughout 2020, billions of Australian insects were wiped out in devastating wildfires and flooding. To protect the pint-sized pollinators, rescuers are delivering hives to neighborhoods around Sydney and creating quite a buzz.
Pretty much every single person here has one of our hives. When they see how gentle they are and tiny, they all want it because it's the best pet.
I see all of them.
For those who befriend the bees, helping the environment isn't the only reward. The tasty honey they make is pretty sweet, too. Tina Kraus, CBS News.
So far, more than 100 colonies have been rehomed to backyards, parks, and child care centers around Sydney. What a great idea, Austin.
Yeah.
No bees flying around right now, but maybe some flakes.
Yeah, we're going to see some flakes flying here later on into the evening and early nighttime hours. Right now, it actually looks great outside, and this is going to be the case for much of the rest of the daytime hours. But we are going to see these clouds actually increasing over the next few. Mostly cloudy skies by the time we see sunset, and then quickly afterwards, we're going to see some light snow starting to pick up. Now, we're also looking at some mild conditions in the forecast. We even have 30s and 40s 30s in our extended forecast. But before we actually reach there, we have a cold Saturday, Sunday, and even Monday ahead of us, although Monday is going to see quite the bump in temperatures. Still staying on the cold side of things. Doppler track showing that system passing through Aberdeen, Fargo, and heading in our direction, soon to reach Minneapolis, and eventually right after sunset, making its way towards us. Right now, we don't really have much to actually talk about on our Doppler track. We did see a few flurries and lighter snow showers here just to the east and northeast even of the Madison area. And even here, we did see a few flurries, but really not much to actually talk about there for so far today. Later on tonight, that's whenever we're going to see that snow actually moving through. But temperatures, they're actually going to increase overnight. So notice how at about 6 p.m., we're going to see those upper 20s and a possibility of a few communities in those lower 30s. But then that snow ends up making its way through, and we're going to see those lighter snow showers, and that is going to cause some accumulation. But just how much? It's not going to be much. If you really love the snowfall, this isn't going to be the big one that is passing through. But towards those early morning hours as well, we may actually see a rain shower mixing in here and there. But it does look like we're not going to see a ton of overall snowfall here with this system. Our latest future track is showing less than an inch of snowfall here for most of us. I do think we're going to be around an inch for a lot of communities, but most of us are going to be less than that. So we're really not going to see too much overall snowfall here for tonight. But if you are planning on traveling after the sun sets, those roads could get slick at times. And even tomorrow morning, we could be talking about some slick roadways as well. But let's talk about our next system that we're watching out for. It's going to be on Wednesday. So another good 6 days out. But this is also showing warm temperatures and even rain showers developing there for that Wednesday in the afternoon. Now with some colder temperatures moving through, there is a possibility to see that changing over to some snowfall here by the time we reach Thursday, especially Thursday morning, and even throughout the day we are looking at a chance for some light snowfall as of right now. So that's going to be that next system that we're watching out for. End of the forecast is going to stay warmer than average. A good portion of the country is going to be a little bit warmer than average, and much of the rest of us are going to be right near that average mark. So we're actually going to be pretty close there. High temperature trend does show that we're going to see even 30s and 40s. Very end of the forecast, that's where you have the upper 20s and low 30s in the area. And that's also very close, if not a little bit warmer than average. Now taking a peek at our extended forecast, we have some breezy days ahead of us, especially on Wednesday there. But we're also looking at some pretty decent temperatures. This weekend, that's when we're going to see our coldest temps moving through. Both Saturday and Sunday only expected to reach the teens as of right now. Small chance to see a flurry late in the day there on Sunday, but otherwise, these temperatures are really looking pretty good. We're actually turning a bit of a leaf right here.
Well, yeah, after the weekend at least.
Yeah, after the weekend, after we can get through that cold weekend, we're actually in for some very mild temps.
So an inch or so maybe around here.
Yeah, just about an inch or less here for most of us, I would say, but still enough to cause some roadway concerns. Yeah. So take it slow if you see it on the roads.
Just a nuisance.
That's
snow.
right.
All right. Thanks, Austin. Coming up next, Howard's getting ready for Super Bowl Sunday in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
The big game is right around the corner, and that means we need to be armed with all sorts of munchies. Well, today, we've got one that combines two of our favorites.
U3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Wisconsin is as hard-working of a place as you'll ever find. People here are tough, but even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. At Gruber Law Offices, we won't stop fighting for you and your family. One call, that's all.
If you stutter on the phone, speech-to-speech is for you.
Hi, Nihada. This is Andy Smith, and I was calling to see if our home loan has been approved?
A specially trained operator revoices a conversation to the person on the other end of the line.
Hi, Nahada. This is Andy Smith, and I was calling to see if our home loan has been approved.
Oh, Andy, we have great news. You've been approved for the full amount.
To learn more about speech-to-speech relay service, go to wisconsinrelay.com.
You're a hard worker. Provide for your family. Do good things in the community. Help out your neighbors. You've been there for so many others. Now, we're here for you. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
Memories matter. This bend on Cox Hollow Lake was one of Dad's favorite fishing holes. Crest Funeral and Cremation Service helped us make sure he's never forgotten. Making it personal. It's how you heal. We are Crest. We truly believe your memories matter.
Save on your fave at the Century House. Right now, get $200 off stressless signature base recliners, classic base recliners with power, and new stressless cross base recliners. Or get a free accessory with purchase. It's time for stressless. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
Not all accidents happen on busy freeways. They happen in neighborhoods like yours. No matter where your accident happened, Gruber Law Offices is here to help. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
The big game is right around the corner, and that means we need to be armed with all sorts of munchies. And rather than serving the same old things, how about making something that promises to be a hands-down winner, since it combines two of our all-time favorites, buffalo wings and mac and cheese. Let me show you how easy. We start by combining a package of frozen mac and cheese that we've thawed, along with some diced cooked chicken and a bit of buffalo wing sauce. After this is chilled, using a small ice cream scoop, we scoop it onto a baking sheet, like this. Then into the freezer they go. When they're rock solid like these, we dip them in an egg mixture, then roll them in seasoned breadcrumbs and place them in hot oil until they get crispy and golden. And yes, you can make these ahead of time and simply warm them up in the oven. What we end up with is a fried ball of mac and cheese studded with a taste of buffalo wings. Maybe serve it up with blue cheese dressing for dunking and celery sticks for crunching. To get the recipe for our buffalo chicken mac and cheese balls, all you have to do is visit our website. And it's amazing how good these are. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a 2-in-1 winning way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
All right, Howard, it's time to introduce you to our pet of the week. Dane County Humane Society would like you to meet Link. He's 2 years old and was transferred from a DCHS from overcrowded shelter in Arkansas. He's looking for a family who will take him on lots of adventures. Link has been working on walking on a leash and meeting other people and other dogs. He also loves treats. Link is in a quieter part of the shelter, so ask for him at the adoption center. For the 4th consecutive year, Beer Rock is hosting a Puppy Bowl watch party to benefit the Humane Society. Festivities kick off at 1 o'clock Sunday afternoon with a tailgate pregame show. Beer Rock will donate 10% of its sales to the Humane Society. To learn more, go to giveshelter.org/events. And last week's pet, Ariel the rabbit, is still available for adoption. If you're interested in adopting Link or Ariel or checking out all the other animals at the Dane County Humane Society, go to giveshelter.org. And here's Austin now with one final check of the forecast.
And you know, these next few hours, I would say a great time to get outdoors and really enjoy it because the temperatures aren't too bad. It is colder than what we have seen, but later on tonight, right around sunset and especially those few hours afterwards, we're going to start to see some light snow developing. Now, by the time we reach tomorrow morning, most of us are still going to be at around an inch or less, but that's still going to be enough to cause some roadway concerns, slick spots here and there. Even some snow-covered roads are definitely going to be a possibility here later on tonight. That low of 25 degrees. Extended forecast still shows a chance to see a rain or snow shower even tomorrow.
All right. Thank you, Austin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. In the meantime, have a great afternoon.